Hello and welcome to the Smarter Online Safety Show. I'm your host, Jocelyn King, the Queen of Online Safety. Hello and welcome to the Smarter Online Safety Show. I'm your host, Jocelyn King, the Queen of Online Safety, and I'm coming to you with a special edition. This is just by popular demand, both in person and through emails and texts that we've been getting. I'm on vacation and I go to check into my hotel, and there is a line out the door of the resort that I'm staying at. And it's not people just waiting to check in, it's people who are already checked in, but they are guests who have gotten scammed by an email that went out saying that their vacation is confirmed, but they'll lose their reservation if they don't make this payment. And there's a payment link in there for a nominal sum. Though here's the catch, what got a lot of people and protected them was this is in the US and it was actually asking for 300 euros. People were clicking on that link and they were paying. One person I spoke to, a gentleman, he did not pay it. He actually paid it, but his credit card caught it as fraud and didn't let it go through. I spoke to another gentleman in line. He lost $10,000 that he cannot get back because he sent it as a like debit card payment, basically the equivalent. He sent cash and wired it overseas. It's irretrievable. $10,000 lost in an email for a vacation that was already planned. He's like, and everybody's clamoring at the hotel, how could you let this happen? Because how else did they know that I was staying here? That's what I want to talk about. We are having an epidemic on these, and it is from your data being leaked. So your email inbox is a crime scene. And that's what you have to know, because there's two ways that hackers and cyber criminals are getting this information. One is that there are data leaks and data breaches, and those are so easy that happen to large organizations. And it's not because they aren't taking measures. But as I always say on this show, the bad guys only need to be right once. They just need one way in. Every time a company updates a security patch, implements new software, or more importantly, what happens over 80% of the time is that an employee or a partner or someone with access clicks on a link they shouldn't, or they have malware on their system, and it provides a way in for hackers to get in. So the cybersecurity teams are putting all these protections in place, and the humans involved over 4 out of 5 times, let's say 9 out of 10 times, are basically opening the locked doors that the cybersecurity teams are putting in place. And you can't do anything about that. You and I can't do anything about that if our hotel is leaking. Now, here's the interesting thing about this, and I'm not going to name the name of the hotel because it's not just this one hotel chain, but this is a global resort, and they have resorts all over the world. They were just recently purchased. And so one of the things that happens when companies are faltering, some of them make money by selling the information to data brokers. Okay, as an example, I happen to be in Florida for the launch of Artemis, which is the US going around to and around the moon after 50 years of not having been to the moon. So I'm looking it up. I'm going to actually show you this link, but I click on an article about it because I want to get the names of the astronauts again. Now, one thing I always tell you is to restrict your cookie use and really set your security settings high. So I always do that. Yes, it's an extra step, but here's why you want to consider doing it. I click on, restrict cookies to essential. And when I go in, it is actually, and because it's a UK based, because it's a UK and Europe has stronger standards, a UK based company, they are showing with full transparency They're partners. I want you to notice this number: 700, over 730 partners. Okay, so technically all of them have access to your data. Now, what is your data? If you haven't cleared your cache, and that's not CASH, that's cache, CACHE, which is where all of your cookies are stored. So every site you go to kind of like puts a sticker on you. Think of it that way. That's what a cookie is. It's kind of like, like those old suitcases our grandparents had that had stickers from everywhere they had been. Well, every website you visit puts a sticker on you that says you've been here. And if you don't clear it out, the information of what you were searching for and doing there is shared with all these others. So I want you to think of this. Let's say you cleared your cache. Um, let's say you cleared it a week ago, and now you've been on 50 websites and you've bought things on Amazon and you've bought tickets and you've looked at, I'm in Florida, so people are looking at Disney and they're looking at the Kennedy Space Center and all of these things. The things that you're searching for, that's all data associated with you. You're interested in these things. Advertisers want that. Hackers want that. And so there's both legal ways that people are getting information about you and illegal ways. But both of them, neither one of them is in your best interest. So here's what's happening: those 50 sites, if you did not set your privacy settings on restrict cookies to essential only, and you allowed that, there's always one for marketing or advertising that you can toggle on or off. Those 50 pieces of websites information about things you're interested in, things you're doing, what what you're planning, where you're going, logging into your reservation, logging into your email, everything that can possibly get tagged is being collected about you. There's a dossier on you from all of these cookies. On this one website, that can be shared with over 730 organizations and companies, most of them who want your data for advertising so they can target ads to you. This is why most people feel that anywhere from an invasion of privacy to a conspiracy theory, that they start thinking about something and the next thing they know, they've got an ad coming out and they're like, is my phone listening to me? What is happening here? Well, all this information you're giving away, because every time you do a search for anything on the internet, it is not private. Just consider that the internet is not private. It's like going out to a shopping mall and having people watch you walk into a store. It's the same with the internet, except even more so because everybody around the world can see you going to that store if you're not setting your privacy settings high. So this is why I say your email inbox is a crime scene, because all that information is, through legal means and illegal means, now being used to send you everything from offers you don't want to actual hacking scams or actual phishing attempts to get you to download malware. So it's being used by marketers to sell you things that maybe you want, but maybe you don't. And it's being used by hackers and cybercrime rings to get you to do their bidding and basically give them your money. Here's the bottom line: follow the money. Everybody's after your money, whether it's marketers, hackers, or cyber criminals. And how do they get your money? They get your money through your information. So if you're being asked for anything around personal data and information, or money and sending money in any way, you are being targeted. And, I know there's very few people who would go out and stand in the middle of a busy street with traffic coming both ways, without knowing they're going to get run down. I, you all know you need to look left and right both ways before you cross the street. You all know not to walk down a dark alley in a strange town at night. You all know not to take candy from strangers. But you're doing all of that online without realizing it, because the internet is so new that those things that we were taught for our own safety in the physical world have not yet translated to the online cyber world. And that's what this is all about. Smarter online safety is about learning how to not stand in the middle of a busy street on the internet. So when you're visiting these sites and not restricting your privacy access. And for my diehard cybersecurity colleagues and others in tech, they will also add this. Even then, essential only. There's a lot of things that get added in that are not really essential for your best interest. So I will add that little footnote to keep myself honest with my colleagues. So even essential is giving away more information, which is why cybersecurity people and people in tech who don't want to be targeted set incredibly high security settings on their browsers, and they go into private mode as much as possible because we don't want to be targeted, we don't want to be scammed, and we don't want phishing attempts. We're going to get them anyway. Everybody does. I even know cybersecurity people who have gotten malware downloaded from clicking on things that were realistic. It even happens to cybersecurity professionals. So if it happens to them with everything they know, it certainly can happen to you. Now, add AI into the mix. So those emails that really look like they're from your bank, that's a Cash App request, that's a DocuSign document. Oh, here's the thing: you're buying a home, let's say, or you're doing some kind of business transaction. That data can be leaked. Some of it can be inferred by the cookies that you're picking up on different websites as you go. And cyber criminals not only are smart, but they are using AI tools and all these automated software tools to help them be even smarter. So they don't even have to do a lot of manual work or a lot of cognitive thinking work themselves. Just getting the data about you, AI as a tool for them is helping them put together, oh, you're trying to do this. Oh, you're trying to do that. Oh, you're going on vacation. Oh, you're doing this. You're buying something from Amazon. You're on the Amazon site. We know you're probably ordering something. So if you have an Amazon, a trace that you've been to Amazon, getting an email that says your Amazon order is delayed, click here to either download malware on your site or to get you to pay a shipping charge that you didn't expect. That's all of that is very, very doable. And it doesn't even take cyber criminals or hackers any time to do it. It's all built into their AI software tools. This is why you have to be vigilant. This is why if you're not setting your security settings on your browser high so that you're not giving away cookies, you're not clearing your cache regularly, CACHE. Some people I've sat down with, we've gone in to clear their cache, and they've had thousands of history sites. That's literally back to that old suitcase our grandparents had. Picture your grandparent having thousands of stickers of all the places they've been, except this is one for every website you've been to, Amazon, Southwest Airlines, your bank, everything. And if I can see that about you, I know more about you than you would think. And that means you don't have privacy and you don't have protection. And your data is not safe because I don't need to know what you bought at Amazon. I just need to know that you were at Amazon. I don't need to know where you're going. I just need to know that you've got a flight with American or Delta or United or Southwest. And then I can use my AI. My AI tools will automatically send you an email that looks like it's from there about your upcoming trip. I don't even have to know the dates, though it's easy also to get some of those dates. And so it's going to look even more realistic. So, how do you protect yourself? You need to hover over every single email address. For instance, here's an example of Cash App that somebody got. This is a scam. It looks like a Cash App email, but look at the email. So here's an example of just hovering over the email address, and you can immediately see it's not from cash.app or one of they have three emails. If you're not clear what the email is, you can just Google it. What is Cash App, email domain? And it'll tell you that, and you can also say Cash App scam. It'll immediately tell you in search what the scams are and what you need to do. You can do the same thing with Amazon scams, Southwest scams. So always look to make sure. Um, Cyber criminals are smart. They're going to put Amazon in the email, but it's not going to be at Amazon.com. It's going to be something, E777 Amazon or .amazon Gmail or at gmail.com. It's not going to be the proper domain. That is the clue. That is the clue that no matter how realistic it looks, this is a scam. And if it's really, really important and you're not sure, you can then find a customer service number to call your airline, call Amazon. They even do have a customer service number. It's worth the wait. Definitely do it if you're dealing with like the IRS or E-Trade or your bank or anything that involves money. Do not click on these emails. Your email inbox is a crime scene. Just remember that. And you've got to approach it that way. So you need to be looking at everything suspicious. I would recommend that you assume that 10 to 50% of all the emails you get are scams, and be like a detective going, I want to find the scam in here. The people who do that are the ones who are verifying everything and staying safe. The people who are expecting that they're going to be protected by their email company or their software they downloaded. Look, I told you cybersecurity people get scammed. They have every software tool that they need at the highest level of settings, and things still get through. These are the times we live in. So you just need to be aware and take care of yourself. So just remember this. Number one, repeat after me. Your email inbox is a crime scene. Number two, you have to restrict the privacy settings on your browser. You need to go in and set those to the highest level. Now, it's going to block some sites. It's going to block the sites where there's a lot of cookie and phishing, where they're actually trying to get your information to sell it to data brokers. So if you come to a site and your security settings are not letting you on, and it's telling you you have to change your settings, you really need to have to go there, and that there's not another way to get the information you want. Cybersecurity professionals will leave that site and go, well, either I don't want to do business with them, or there's another way to get the information I need. And a lot of people think, well, that's too much work. I don't want to do that. But then you're back to having 50 pieces of information and data about you being shared with over 700 partners and potentially leaked. And that means your inbox is going to get more crowded with more phishing and malware attempts and hacking attempts. So think about the security that you want. And, another thing our grandparents told us, a stitch in time saves nine. My grandmother used to say that all the time. Or an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. What does that mean? That extra few seconds to set your cookies to essential only and toggle off the marketing and advertising and not allow those. That little step, yeah, it may take a few extra seconds, but it can save you hours of cleanup in your email inbox crime scene, or hours of cleanup of an actual hack. And it could literally save you thousands of dollars, like the gentleman I spoke to who lost $10,000. What he wouldn't give to be able to go back and implement these simple measures so that he didn't get scammed. Most people, myself included, this is how I got into cybersecurity a decade ago. Most people don't set their security high enough until it's too late, until they've lost something. So you've got to decide. You want to be safer, but this is how you decide to be smarter with your online safety, is to prevent it rather than just clean up. Because once the money's gone, it's gone. You're not getting it back. I never recovered the money I lost. Most of the people I work with never recover the money they lost. Even the FBI has a 1% recovery rate, and that's if it's reported right away. 1%. Okay. And the odds of you being in the 99% are great. So don't let it happen to you. So your email inbox is a crime scene. Set your browser security high. And when you visit sites, always opt out of, just go to required or essential only, opt out of all marketing and targeting, and you can even opt out of performance and functional if you are not doing a lot on the site. This is one of the most important things that you can do, especially with AI tools, crafting emails that read exactly like your bank. They, Southwest is famous for having a certain style in their communications. AI can copy that. Um, AI copies Amazon. AI can copy Microsoft. AI can copy you. So our tone, our style, the kind of language we use, the words we choose, you cannot trust your own eyes reading an email and think, oh, that's got to be my bank. That sounds like them. It's just imitation. And so you really, 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 most important thing, never click on links in your emails. You want to hover over, if it is something from your bank or your airline or Amazon, leave the email, go to the known good login or phone number and deal with it there. Treat your email like it's a letter you got in the postal mail. Treat it as old school mail and take an action outside of it. If you don't click on links that are emailed to you, don't click on links or call phone numbers that are texted to you. Use that as information to then go and initiate a safe call or a safe email or a safe login on your own. And that's how you're going to be smarter and safer online. I hope this was helpful because this is the new epidemic and it's going to get worse, not better. And if this is helpful to you, or you know people who need to know this information, please share it with them. Our mission is to help as many people as possible stay safe and sane online. And if you could do us a favor in exchange for this, just like, subscribe, share. That'll help us on our mission so we can help you on your mission to stay safe. Until next time, stay safe out there.